Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Tuesday. Today I'm going to share with you the final results of my 30-day Isagenix challenge. I want to try to be as concise and efficient as possible in getting this information out to you guys. But I also want to make sure that I am hitting on some key points of my experience using the Isagenix system to lose weight because I know there are probably going to be a lot of questions from you guys, and I'm trying to anticipate those because sometimes I'm quite honestly not the best at getting back to comments. So I just want to make sure to answer any potential questions. I am going to discuss with you guys my results, my thoughts on the different products that were in the system that I ordered, what I think is fantastic, what I think is unnecessary, and what I intend to do going forward with Isagenix, whether I'm going to keep using it or whether I'm done after the 30 days. So I want to give a little bit of a preface here in terms of why I decided to go with Isagenix. So I had a girlfriend that had used it. She had great success, lost a lot of weight, and she sold the products herself. I just want to let you guys know I'm not selling Isagenix. I will never sell Isagenix. I don't do MLM things. I don't have the time or the energy to be able to commit to that. I'm a busy working mom. I've got enough going on. I'm not trying to sell you this system. If you are interested in purchasing it, I'll put my friend's link down below, but I'm sure you have several friends that are probably selling Isagenix as well. So, feel free to contact somebody you know or use the link that I put down below. Really doesn't matter to me whether you purchase the system or not. I purchased it myself. The money for this came out of my own bank account. This was a financial commitment to me, which was kind of what I needed, quite honestly, to get motivated. And so I think I paid with shipping and handling probably around $360 for the 30-day system that I ordered. It's a lot, but I needed some motivation, and $360 is certainly some motivation. So there you have it. The reason that I turned to Isagenix is because I was struggling losing weight with intermittent fasting. In the beginning, when I started intermittent fasting a couple of years ago, I had really great success with it. I lost weight. I was able to tone up. I felt great. I looked great. It was amazing. Then last year we moved into this house. It was very stressful. Intermittent fasting became something that I did do, but then I didn't do. And then I went back to doing it very committedly, but I wasn't losing weight because I was just overeating during my eating window. If you're new to my channel, I was doing the lean gains method. So 16-8 split is what I was doing for intermittent fasting. It just wasn't working for me. I was not willing to turn to anything like keto or Weight Watchers or anything like that because I knew that wouldn't work for me. And here's the thing that I want to say about any diet or weight loss program that you go on. It has to be sustainable for you. No matter what you're using to lose the weight, just make sure that's something that you can maintain on a long-term basis. Because once you stop doing the thing, if you truly, like whatever the diet is, that's the thing I'm talking about. If you have not changed your eating habits and your mindset, you're just gonna gain all that weight back. So do prepare yourself for making a lifestyle change and that you can commit to what you're doing, because you're not gonna be able to get off of whatever diet it is, whether it's keto or Weight Watchers or I don't know, whatever else you're using. If you're not willing to stay committed to a healthy lifestyle, all of this stuff is pointless. Like, yeah, you'll look great for a little while, but then you'll rebound and you're probably not gonna be very happy because a lot of times you'll put the weight back on that you lost and then some. So just make sure that you are fully, like, in your mind committed to making a mindset change, because if you're not, then don't bother. You are just gonna be miserable in the long run if you gain the weight back. So again, I'm not selling the system. I'm not telling you to do this. In fact, if you are interested in it, do your research, watch a lot of people's videos, think about your own personal habits, what motivates you, what doesn't motivate you, what you're willing to do. Because while this was fairly easy, it was a commitment. And, for the 30 days, I lost a lot of weight. I really did. And I'm going to tell you guys the numbers. I have everything written down, measurements, weights, all that stuff. It was some work. It was. By the way, I did still exercise while doing this system. For a long time, I was doing pretty intensive weight training as well as cardio. When I was doing the Isagenix, I honestly haven't been weight training for a number of months. It's been at least 6 to 8 months since I've done weight training on any kind of consistent basis. So that really kind of left my repertoire, and that's something that I want to get back into doing, and I will, probably actually this month. But I did start going to the gym again regularly when I started Isagenix and started cardio. And for me, the perfect cardio is walking on a treadmill. Helps me clear my mind, helps me veg out. So I did exercise during this time. For me, that meant going about 5 to 6 days a week, walking for an hour, and walking at a minimum of 3.5 to 4 miles an hour, so kind of power walking, and using the incline. So I felt like I was getting a decent cardio workout. In addition to this, I'm sure that definitely helped burn some additional calories and probably helped me lose a little bit more weight. So I'm not gonna put my entire weight loss on Isagenix, but it certainly helped. What I needed to do was cut my caloric intake, and that is what this system helped me do. I was eating way too many calories. Bottom line, I was eating way too many calories to lose weight, and I needed to do something different. So here we are. I'm gonna start out with the numbers because I know a lot of you guys are more interested in the numbers than anything else. But so let's get into it. So on July 9th, I had my friend come over and she took my measurements and I weighed myself, but I actually started Isagenix it was right after the 4th of July. So it was either the 5th or the 6th that I started with the entire system. So today is August 11th, right? What is today? It's August 12th. So we're a little bit over a month, and I took my measurements yesterday and I took my weight yesterday. So this is a little over a month's worth of losses. There we go. Okay. So on July 9th, I weighed 187 pounds. I actually remember weighing myself on the morning of July 4th because I knew I was going to be starting the system, and I was like, I should see what I weigh. I weighed 188 pounds. I am 5'7" for reference. I was overweight according to the BMI chart, I was overweight, but I'm also built like a brick house. I'm built like a tank, you guys. I have a very muscular body to start with. I am German. I'm solid. I'm not petite. I'm not a dainty flower. So keep that in mind. So started out at say 187 pounds when I weighed myself on the 9th. I weighed myself yesterday and I weighed 175.5 pounds. So that's a lot of weight to lose in a little over a month, but I have weight to lose, like that's the thing. And my calories were drastically cut from what I was eating before, thus the weight loss. Weight loss is calories in versus calories out. So no matter what the diet, like that's the thing. So all right, in terms of measurements, I'm just gonna go down the line, tell you the original and then what they are as of yesterday. So my neck was 13.5 inches. It still is 13.5 inches. I didn't lose anything in my neck. My underarm, which is right here, went from 38 inches to 36.5. My chest was 40.75 and it is now 39 inches. My waist was 36 inches. It's now 31.5. That is the biggest difference that I notice when I look in the mirror is I have a waist again. It's pretty amazing. Naturally, I have an hourglass shape. I turned into a little bit more of a box shape there for a while. I didn't like that look on me. I'm glad to have my hourglass shape back. So the waist was where I noticed the most weight loss, to be totally honest. My hip area was 34 and a half. It is now 33 inches. My butt was 44. Now it is 41 and a half. We forgot to measure my arms. Sorry about that. My thighs, surprisingly, everything like in my legs was very symmetrical. I thought that there would be some slight variation between like each leg, but they shrink the same amount. So my thighs, when I started, were both 27 inches. They are now 25 and a half inches. So I definitely lost some weight in my thighs, which is great. Above my knee, I was at 18 and a half inches, and I am now at 16 and 3/4 inches. So that little fat pad that you can get above the knee, kind of to the side there, I've noticed that that has dissipated quite a bit as well. My calves even shrunk up just a little bit. So I was at 17 and a half, and I'm now at 17 inches for my calves. I have huge man calves, you guys. I'm telling you, I am built like a solid human being. Yeah, so those are my numbers. If you're interested in just numbers, there's that. I lost a pretty significant amount of weight as well as inches. I feel fantastic. I feel so much lighter. It feels so much easier to get around and to exercise and to work and to keep up with my 7-year-old daughter. That part is amazing. My gut feels really great. I feel amazing. So yeah, it's great. Let's talk about the individual pieces of the system that I ordered. I'm gonna start with kind of the basics, which are the Isagenix Isoline shakes. You do these for 2 meals a day. I'm gonna give you guys kind of a really basic rundown. So basically, on each shake day for breakfast and for lunch, you have a shake. Before you even have your breakfast, you're supposed to have this Isagenix Supreme stuff. So I took this every morning with 16 ounces of water, and you're supposed to take your Isobiome probiotics. Those didn't come in my system. I used my own probiotics that I take every day anyway, and they're great. So I don't need the Isagenix probiotics, although I'm surprised they didn't include it in the 30-day system. For the price, I kind of feel like they should include that, but whatever. So anyway, you start out with that, and then I also took my natural accelerator, which are these pills. As you can tell, I still have some left because sometimes I would forget to take these. I'm really bad about taking pills. So that's before breakfast, then you do the shake. You have a mid-morning optional snack of 200 calories or less. You have your lunch, and then you have your natural accelerator again. You have a mid-afternoon optional snack of 200 calories or less. I'll tell you the things that I chose for my snacks because I had snacks every day, twice a day. And then your dinner is supposed to be a meal of 400 to 600 calories. You're supposed to take these Isobiome digestive enzymes. I did not because they did not come with my system. And before bed, you're supposed to take the IsoFlush. There's still a lot of these left because quite honestly, sometimes I would forget to take these. I didn't think they were particularly necessary, but there you have it. With the system, you also get this cleanse for life. So you're supposed to do these cleanse days. There's a few ways that you can do the cleanse days with Isagenix. You can do like 1 full cleanse day a week. Or you can do back-to-back cleanse days where you do 2 cleanse days in a row, maybe like a week apart from each other, which is what I did. I just kind of wanted to get them over with. On the cleanse days, you consume this cleanse for life. You take this like several times a day. I want to say it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. You drink this 4 times a day. You take like 4 ounces of it. You mix it with water. Sometimes in the systems, you'll get this in a powder format. Your snacks that you're allowed during cleanse days include these Isa Delight chocolates, which I actually really liked a lot, and I would repurchase going forward just as like, it's delicious chocolate, and I love dark chocolate, and these are really good. So you're allowed to have a couple of these. And then these disgusting things, which are the Isagenix snacks. Okay, these taste like you're eating chalk sprayed with some unsweetened chocolate flavoring. They're disgusting. But they're basically, this stuff here is meant to keep your blood sugar kind of even on the fast days. This is all that you're consuming. So you certainly clean anything out that you have in your gut, not because you are pooping your brains out. That's not the point of the Isagenix. It doesn't create a diuretic effect in your body. It's not like those herbal teas that are sold all over Instagram that just you lose weight because you're just flushing all the things out and you have nothing left inside of you. This is not like that. The Isoflush, by the way, this stuff here, all it is magnesium. It has some bentonite in it and some peppermint extract. So this is not even a diuretic, really. It just kind of helps promote regularity, essentially. But that was not an issue for me to start with because probiotics kind of take care of that for me, if that makes sense. Here's the thing. The part of the system that I didn't like and that I will not do going forward are these cleanse day things. I think this is entirely unnecessary. Any quote unquote weight that you lose during these 2 cleanse days, you're gonna gain back. And that happened to me. Every time that I did a 2-day cleanse period, I'd lose like an additional 3 pounds. And then within 2 days, that 3 pounds came back. That is no way to build any kind of long-term loss. And I told my girlfriend, she loves that part of the system where you just clean everything out. And she's like, I just felt so thin. Isn't it great to be thin? And I was like, it's nice, but like, it just comes back. And she's like, well, yeah, but you're thin. And I'm like, no, you're not. It just comes back. I really don't personally recommend the cleanse from Isagenix. I don't think it's necessary. They talk a lot about like cleaning out the toxic cells that you have and just freshening up your cells and all this like mumbo jumbo. I don't think my body is toxic. I think I was overweight. That was an issue, but I don't think I have toxicity inside of my cells. I don't buy into that, to be totally honest. So for me, I would continue to buy these chocolates, but not for like cleanse purposes. I like eating them because they're yummy. But this stuff, no. And these are just disgusting. I mean, obviously there's only so much flavor that you can put into something like this, but even the ingredients I don't think are super great in this. So I just wouldn't recommend the cleanse portion. But up to you. It certainly is part of the 30-day challenge and you're gonna get it in your system. Another thing that they sent were these amped hydrate natural sport drink for hydration things. I didn't even use these yet. I just typically don't like stuff like this. I mean, I might put it in my gym bag, but I don't know. I didn't see any purpose for this. What I loved were the shakes. They are a little bit more nutritionally complete than some of the other meal replacement shakes that I've tried in the past. These have 24 grams of protein. There's 23 vitamins and minerals in here. So, you know, and there's about 240 calories with 2 scoops. You mix this with water and I mix it with ice. I use way more water than what they recommend. They say to add 2 scoops to 8 ounces of cold purified water. No, it's so thick and disgusting if you do that. I add like 16 ounces of water and some ice. They taste really good. I think that as far as taste goes, out of any of the like protein meal replacement drinks that I've tried, this is probably the best. With the system, I actually ordered the strawberry cream and the Dutch chocolate, but I recently ordered 4 additional canisters of the birthday cake flavor, which is limited time. It's really good. I'm actually almost through the birthday cake. It's really good, you guys. I love the shakes. I think they're amazing. Here's the thing though. Long term, I do intend on sticking with the shakes, which is why I decided to go with the Isagenix because I knew this part of it would be maintainable for me. ultimately, to maintain my loss when I get to that point, which I'm anticipating will probably be in the next few months, I think my weight loss is going to start to taper off and I'm going to plateau a little bit. My goal is to get down to about 155 to 160 pounds. That is my ideal weight. In terms of the size that I just want to be a solid size 10. Like I'm not looking to be a size 2. I'm never going to be a size 2. I'm not built like that. I just want to get to a nice solid size 10. For me, the intermittent fasting has always worked for maintaining my weight loss. So I will always do the shakes probably for lunch. When I go back to intermittent fasting, I'll do the shake for lunch. I'll do a couple of afternoon snacks and then a healthy dinner. But eventually I'm going to stop doing the morning breakfast shake. In terms of the supplements that I'm going to continue, I think I could see myself continuing with the natural accelerator only because it's a good boost of energy. I also really kind of like the Isagenix Supreme. I could see myself continuing to purchase these two things, but I don't think they're necessary because really what you are needing to do is find a good caloric intake to maintain your loss. For me, I expect that to be somewhere around 1,600 to 1,800 calories. I feel like that is a reasonable amount of calories for me. On days where I'm working out really hard, I might have an extra protein of some kind, either a protein bar or an extra hard-boiled egg or something like that, to make it through a workout. But yeah, I do see myself being able to continue with the shakes for sure, and probably these two things. I don't think the Isoflush is necessary for me, and I don't like the cleanse part. So in terms of what I ate outside of Isagenix, so for my snacks, it was always fresh vegetables of some kind. So I would do carrots and celery and maybe some peanut butter. I would do, I would cut up bell peppers. When I wasn't going grocery shopping as much as I should, I would do things like the Costco has these really great organic hormone-free beef stick things. They're 100 calories. I would sometimes eat those. Hard-boiled eggs, protein bars. I purchased these pre-packaged nut cluster things that were right around 150 calories. I like things that are pre-packaged because I don't have to think about the amount of calories. And it sort of helps me remind myself of appropriate portions, which is another thing that I needed to just fix in my head. My sense of appropriate portions was just way out of control. I was just eating so much more than I should have, and that is now, I'm reining that in. What Isagenix has helped me with the most, quite honestly, is to retrain my brain for appropriate amounts of food for me. I don't need to overeat because, quite honestly, I'm not even that hungry anymore. My stomach has shrank a lot, and I don't feel like I need 2,500 calories a day anymore because I was logging my food, and on some days I was eating well over 2,000 calories. It was way too much. It was too much, and it caused me to not only not be able to lose weight, but I was gaining weight on top of it. And I wasn't feeling great. And the intermittent fasting, while amazing, if you're overeating during your eating window, you're gonna gain weight no matter what you do. You have to eat within reason, and you have to look at this as a long-term lifestyle change that is doable for you. What is doable for me may not be doable for you. It is different for every person, which is why, you have to figure out what works for you. Don't find random people on the internet and do what they're doing, because that may not be your thing. I'm only sharing my thoughts because it might help some of you. This might resonate with some of you. Maybe you're the same way as me, but maybe you're not. Figure out again what works for you. Dinners. I wanted to mention for dinners, because 400 to 600 calories doesn't sound like a lot. And honestly, on some days I would skip my morning snack to add some extra calories to my dinner. So I would have an 800 calorie dinner. Or sometimes I would just go out to dinner with my family and I wouldn't care how many calories I was eating. So I tried to be as good as possible and as consistent as possible with the system. But I mean, I also drank coffee and I had a couple cocktails. Like, anything that you're gonna do has to be done within some kind of reason, so keep that in mind. But for the most part, I needed to like retrain my brain, and I feel like I'm finally getting to that point. But as far as dinners, most nights I just made a delicious, amazing, huge salad. I didn't count the calories in my salad. It was always kale or spinach and like rocket lettuce, never iceberg. Like, you know, I would do like spring greens, things like that. Tomatoes, cucumbers, I would even put goat cheese in there because I liked it. I would put like slivered almonds. A lot of times I also did grilled chicken or fish or hard-boiled eggs in my salad. Sometimes I would make my own dressing. Sometimes I would use a pre-made dressing that was like a vinaigrette and was a little bit lower in calories. But I ate as much as I wanted in terms of healthy foods for dinner. I didn't necessarily go just 600 calories sometimes. I mean, sometimes my salads were huge and I'm sure they were like 650 calories, you know, by the time I added the chicken in there and stuff. But it was fine because it was about just scaling things back and realizing like what I need to focus on eating are whole foods. I need to focus on more vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fruits. And not eating candy, like that's a big thing. My husband is a huge sweet tooth and we have a lot of candy in the house, and I needed to just stop eating that stuff, and I have, and it's so easy. Like once you cut the sugar and you get over those sugar cravings, it's fine. Like you don't look at candy the same way anymore. You're like, meh, is it really worth it? Probably not. So yeah, this has just been great for retraining my brain. I'm very happy I did it. I had great results. I will continue with it for the next couple of months, and then I will turn to intermittent fasting to maintain my loss. Also, I am gonna up my caloric intake a little bit more because I will start lifting again here in a couple weeks, and I need some more calories in order to have the energy to do that, to be perfectly honest. But I'm not gonna like go overboard, you know? So it's just about finding the balance. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any additional questions. One more quick thing, drink lots of water. Just up your water intake. That helps a lot. But yeah, if there are any other questions, please let me know down below. I know this video was long, I'm really sorry, but I just wanted to get out as much information as possible. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Please subscribe if you're new. I will continue to update on how things are going over the coming months, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.